Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to this overview with Premier Solutions. I'd also like to congratulate you on taking time out of your schedule to review and one of the premier companies certainly in North America, not just because of the services we offer, but because of what we're also doing for the associates and families throughout the North American market. Please, get a pen and paper out, jot down a few notes, whatever questions you have, just get back with the person that invited you to this webinar. My name is John Hoffman. I'm one of the co-founders of Premier Solutions, and really it's just a privilege to talk to you about a company that has done a lot of amazing things in the marketplace and how you can benefit. Let's spend a minute and we'll talk about who we are, what we do, and why so many people are joining this company right now. Premier Solutions. We're an international recruiting and marketing company. We currently service the North American market, the United States, and 4 provinces in Canada. Our goal ultimately is to always be in front of emerging growth markets, to identify the trends that are impacting the marketplace. Timing is to business what location certainly is to real estate. It's an old adage, but one of the most important decisions you can make in your due diligence is to be on the front end of the curve and not the back end. And we certainly market services not only with huge growth potential, but we are in front of new and emerging growth markets. We're a company today that provides the only service in North America to help before, during, and after what is being called identity theft. So our sales model, what does it offer? I like to say, what's in it for you? And how many times have you heard people talk about time and financial freedom? Well, we hear those things, but is it really a reality for most folks? And if you think about people you know, your peers, your colleagues, maybe your parents or your grandparents, they may have had some financial independence, but they probably didn't have a lot of time to enjoy the fruits of their labor. One of the resources and one of the things that attracts so many people to Premier Solutions is the ability to own your book of business for the life of the customer, not the life of the job. And we'll talk more about that. Advancement in unlimited income. No ceilings, no caps. You've got the ability to really determine what you feel you're worth. I love the old saying, we're all paid in direct proportion to the value we bring to the marketplace. Well, there's a lot of people that bring a lot of value, but have caps and have a ceiling on what their potential income is or could be, but not here at Premier Solutions. Think about your past career choices, or maybe think about people that you might know. Did you bring business to your past employer? Are you still getting paid for that work today? And if not, who's getting paid for the work you did? See, at Premier Solutions, we're going to show you how you can get paid for the work you do for a lifetime. When I was in the oil industry, I spent 4 years, literally laid my life on the line for a company, only to get downsized my 4th year with that company when OPEC flooded the marketplace. I brought a lot of business to the company. Only I was put out on the street at 26, and the company continued to thrive and grow. So with us, the residual component of you being able to have that business for the life of the customer, not the life of the job, is going to really speak to not just financial independence, but the ability for time freedom. A lot of due diligence was spent by ourselves in researching the best possible service providers. And our career advantage is exactly that. It is an absolute advantage. We strategically chose to align with Legal Shield and Kroll Advisory Solutions. We exclusively market the industry's best legal services and identity theft product. I'm a big believer documentation certainly beats conversation, and you'll see as we get into it a little bit more in detail what we mean by that. MidOcean Partners is a company that is our owners. They are an equity firm out of New York. They manage $3.5 billion in assets. They have 12 portfolio companies invested in every sector of business. They're very, very good at what they do. They have a proven track record, and we have an amazing relationship with individuals who certainly are far-reaching when it comes to vision and in regards to what's in front of us. Both of these companies, Legal Shield and Kroll, have 40-plus year track records. Both are close to $500 million a year in annual sales. But what's neat is we have less than 3% market penetration. So the timing today, the timing tomorrow, and the timing in the future is certainly better than it's ever been, even in light of the amazing success we've had. media driven. One of the things that I love is the media does all the advertising for us. Massive consumer appeal, and you'll see more about that in respect to what we offer the customers and really who we serve in the marketplace. We're relevant, beneficial, and affordable to everyone. More important is I like to have you answer that. Is this service relevant, beneficial, and affordable to the people that we're going to be talking to? Opportunities on the business to consumer side or the business to business side. In other words, we're very good at what we do, and we're here to complement the strengths and interests of individuals like yourself and point you in a direction that makes sense to you. Maybe it's on the B2B side. For others, it might be on the B2C side. Some on the management side. Some people like the opportunity of building internationally. Opportunities for entry level to experienced reps. No competition. One thing that's critical, when I researched these companies 15 years ago in respect to their relationship with what we do at Premier Solutions, I got very excited about a product people wanted, people needed, people could afford, and for the first time in my career, the ability to really have no competition. And again, the fact you own your book of business. We do have a product advantage, we have a career advantage, but let's talk about the product side. Ladies and gentlemen, we protect our clients against all 5 types of identity theft, and we provide restoration services and legal counsel. And if you just take a look at the quote from Institute of Fraud Risk Management, a true restoration service will generally offer consumers restorative services, including credit monitoring, access to legal counsel, and other professional services. This becomes an aha moment for the majority of people that you might be talking to if you move forward with this opportunity with us. Any other company, any other person, any company with another identity theft service is not protected against 83% of identity theft crimes. And this is critical. Only 17% has to do with financial. 83% falls under driver's license, social security, medical, and character and criminal. The majority of the other companies out there provide only monitoring. No one else provides restoration or access to the legal component. So 13 years in a row, identity theft has been the #1 consumer complaint category to the Federal Trade Commission. Why is it the fastest growing white collar crime? #1, it's very profitable. #2, there's less than a 5% prosecution rate. So these thieves continue to wreak havoc on individuals' lives on an international level. And let's just be frank, ladies and gentlemen, you and I no longer have any control over what people do with our data. You can just take a look at the headaches that are coming out of Washington with organizations like the National Security Agency, the program called PRISM, the serious invading of our rights and freedoms. But what about insurance claims, real estate information, medical records, car registration, birth certificates, credit history, legal history, your social security number? The point is our information's out there and it's being sold to aggregators on a very aggressive basis. One of the things we do is we save our clients time and money. Almost 60% of all identity theft victims have had new accounts opened in their name. 62% have had warrants issued for their arrest. I was recently a keynote speaker in Nashville. I was speaking with a gentleman whose daughter was pulled over on a Friday afternoon for a routine traffic violation. And once the officer ran her license and registration, he then came back, asked her to get out of the car, and then arrested her for prostitution. She spent 2 days in jail. Now, she wasn't a prostitute, but the person who stole her identity 90 days earlier was. If she had our service, #1, she wouldn't have had to go to jail because she'd have had immediate access to her law firm. And #2, through Kroll Advisory Solutions, we could have restored and cleaned everything up for that young lady. 82% of individuals find out through an adverse action. That there would be considered an adverse action. Average victim spends 157 hours to clean up the mess. Our experience is it's considerably longer, up to 15 40-hour work weeks, for many people up to 600 hours, just simply in a quest to try to clear their identity. And you can see at the bottom here, 63% could not get their credit reports cleared. We know how important a credit score is. We know how many things are tied to our score in respect to just doing life. 22% have had their social security number tied to someone else. If you receive a tax liability out of Plano, Texas, but you work in Nashville, Tennessee. Can we fix it? Absolutely. But having access to the legal component where the law firm can write letters to the IRS on your behalf, critical. Okay? So legal care. Let's go ahead and just highlight this for a second. We do what no other identity theft service providers do. That means no competition, and we have exclusivity over the market's only fully comprehensive solution. In other words, we put a complete wall of security around our customers' lives. Understand this is an umbrella plan for you and your entire family. Anything from preventive legal services all the way through motor vehicle, trial defense, IRS audit services, our 24/7, 360-day a year Legal Shield plan, as well as individuals who might have pre-existing conditions, a 25% discount off of that law firm's hourly rate for even pre-existing conditions. What does the need actually look like? Well, you can pull one of these statistics up in your marketplace, but here in Knoxville, where I live, population 785,000, households 322,000. Excuse me. Let me ask you this. When it comes to households, how many of these households have maybe a garage or 2 garages or 3 garages? How many of them might have teenage drivers? How many of these homeowners deal with insurance companies? How many of them deal with, let's see, landscapers, maybe pool maintenance companies? The bottom line is there's a lot of potential for liability. There's a lot of potential for headaches in just regards to owning a home. Ages 15 to 24, 109,000. All of those individuals have parents who would love to see our product just because of what we can do for moving traffic violations. And yet in Knoxville alone, just shy of 40,000 businesses, and our ability to go out for $2.50 a day and get in front of a business owner, give them access to the top law firms, and surround them with consultants that can help them in every area of their business for $2.50 a day, $75 a month, is nothing short of a grand slam. So the market and the market potential is huge. So what do we do? Really, in a nutshell, we help people worry less and live more. Live life on their own terms, have protection and security, the ability for their families to save time and money, and more importantly, enjoy peace of mind. Legal protection for everyone, everywhere. 2 key words here, folks: no matter how traumatic or trivial the situation. So imagine getting top-rated legal advice on any matter without worrying about high hourly costs. Let me ask y'all a question. Would you agree we all make a lot of important decisions every year, personally, professionally, and financially? And I think unequivocally we would say, sure we do. Well, making right decisions is going to be beneficial, but would it also be fair to say that making wrong decisions could cost you financially? And if you look at this box below, have you ever thought about writing or revising a will for you and your family? Ever needed legal advice for anything? Been treated unfairly, been concerned about an audit from the IRS, feared being a victim or known a victim of identity theft? What about all these folks who have had to face foreclosure or bankruptcy, or just simply look for counsel to be able to renegotiate with lenders? What about on the other side? Signed a contract you didn't understand, received a traffic ticket, had difficulty collecting an insurance claim, received bad services, wanted legal help, divorce, child custody, been overbilled for services. Maybe I went overboard with this. The bottom line is every one of us would be checking, if not, all those boxes, probably 60, 70, 80%. So that gives you an idea as to really, how large the market is that we serve. And let's just spend a second and go ahead and take a look at this video.
For more than 40 years, Legal Shield has been revolutionizing the legal services industry. Revolutionizing the legal services industry? That doesn't quite capture the personal, lasting impact we have made and continue to make on thousands of individuals' lives. Imagine having an everyday concern or question where getting the advice of an attorney would be useful. Imagine the trauma of discovering that you are the victim of identity theft. Imagine encountering a situation where the advice of an attorney is absolutely imperative. Now imagine addressing all that stress with one phone call. That's what we do for you at Legal Shield. You can speak to an attorney without the worry of having to pay an attorney's typical fees. And together with our identity theft services, we provide you with a shield that results in powerful peace of mind. We were founded in 1972 by Harlan Stonecipher. He had just endured his own stressful, costly encounter with the legal system after a car accident that was not his fault. He was determined to make legal protection available to everyone, everywhere. Today, we have evolved into the force for good that Mr. Stonecipher originally envisioned. Based in Ada, Oklahoma, we have approximately 700 employees with a customer service team of more than 300, all focused on calibrating the efforts of our dedicated law firms and approximately 6,900 attorneys in the United States and Canada. Each law firm is there for our members, providing the legal help they need when they need it. So, for one low monthly membership fee, you can pick up the phone to call an attorney and get advice about any issue. We provide these legal services to families all across North America, answering approximately 40,000 calls per week for members. That's right, 40,000 times a week, we help smooth out the knots, kinks, and inconveniences in our members' lives. The attorneys at our law firms average 19 years of experience and have been partnering with us an average of 13 years. They are friendly, warm, and dedicated to helping Legal Shield members. And just as we partner with an expert law firm for every state, we also partner with Kroll Advisory Solutions, the world-renowned leader in identity theft protection. That way, no matter what issue you might face, you're getting the help you need with Legal Shield. What we do is simple. We work hard to make your life less complicated, less stressful, and more fulfilling. That's why with Legal Shield, you can worry less and live more.
All right, well, let's go ahead and continue. And one of the reasons that we are, so many of us are so successful and has a lot to do with our passion. And in that last video, there was a statistic that came up. 40,000 people called our law firms last week. Here's a question I'd like to just throw out to you. What would those 40,000 people have done had a service like this not been available? And I really dare to say that they'd have been left out in the cold. And what I mean by that is really quite simple. Our passion and our success today has to do not as much with the opportunity or career that we have with Premier Solutions, but more so with that we're part of a cause. We're part of a movement in bringing equal justice to those who just can't afford it. In other words, many of you have heard this old adage that the only color to justice is green. What does that mean? At $150 to $300 an hour for an attorney, most of you would agree that the middle class is simply priced out of the legal system. They can't afford it. You've also heard that you get as much justice as you can afford. There was a former president of Harvard University, Dr. Derek Bach, that said, there's far too much law for those who can afford it, far too little for those who cannot, and no one can be satisfied with that state of affairs. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just really what we're about. We've taken a privilege that was once only afforded by the wealthy, and through Premier Solutions and our two service providers, Legal Shield and Kroll, we're able to make that available to the working middle class. Real quick, our first area of coverage is called preventive law. And really the goal here is to just give everybody access to the top law firms in the United States. And how do you do that? Well, you eliminate the price barrier. And so under that first area of coverage, we're going to offer, number one, unlimited phone consultation. I asked earlier, if you feel we make a lot of important decisions every year, personally, professionally, and financially. We all pretty much agreed that we do. So here's the question. Could those decisions be made easier if we could pick up the phone, call the top-rated attorneys in the state we live in, and if our focus was to find out, hey, are we right or wrong in our thinking and we weren't to receive a bill for it, would that benefit you? And the answer is certainly, well, sure it would. Well, that's what we tell folks. During normal business hours, Monday through Friday, whatever question you have, personally, professionally, or financially, just pick up the phone. Call your provider law firm, with your membership, and your attorney will advise you in any area of law in regards to any question you have, unlimited for the scope of the membership. Also under that first area of coverage, your law firm will write letters or make phone calls on your behalf if you're ever treated unfairly. And the question is fairly simple, maybe kind of even stupid. Have you ever been treated unfairly? And everybody would go, well, sure. Take a second, think back to a time you're treated unfairly, And what did you do? And most people would say, well, I got mad, I tried to handle it personally, I got upset, I wasted a lot of time, and I can certainly relate to that. Well, with our service, if you're ever treated unfairly, don't get upset or mad. Through your membership, pick up the phone, call your law firm, and an attorney will write a letter or make a phone call on your behalf, unlimited in scope for the life of the membership. I'm in an office right now with our assistant Trish, and she brought it to my attention about a year ago that I had been overcharged by a major telecom company. And I looked at it, and sure enough, they were charging me for things I had already contracted for. So by the time we got a hold of a decision maker for that multi-billion-dollar telecom company, which was an act of God in itself, the decision maker at the company says, yes, we can see we made a mistake, and we'll go back and credit your account 2 months. I'm like, whoa, time out, time out. It's a 12-month issue. Oh, no, we'll only go back 2 months. You should have called us a long time ago. I said, well, I just found out. No, too bad. You should have called us. It's your fault. So I didn't get upset or mad. I simply said to this multi-billion-dollar company that that would be unacceptable and that they would hear from my law firm. I hung up, called the 800 number, explained the situation to the attorney. They fired off a letter on the law firm's letterhead explaining to this major company exactly what my consumer rights were. And 3 days after they got the letter, this company credited my account for $947. Pretty much how you can level the playing field by simply having someone represent what your rights are. Now that may be considered a little bit more traumatic for some folks, but what about trivial issues? I had a friend use this service for a $15 issue at Blockbuster where they were threatening to put derogatory comments on his credit report for a DVD that he never checked out. So one letter from the law firm, and it just kind of magically just went away. We'll also provide under that first area of coverage unlimited contract and document review. Now individuals have the exact same privilege that the wealthy have. Instead of signing a contract or document that you don't understand, fax or mail it to the law firm, let an attorney review it for you. They'll recommend changes that are in your best interests, and certainly advise you as to what your rights are in case you don't understand. So unlimited contract and document review. Also a comprehensive will made available to every one of our members. I'm very passionate about this because 9 out of 10 people in North America, as I travel around, don't have a will. And I think it's important that for all of us that we protect the ones we love. And this will is certainly an instrument dictating our wishes to the ones we care most about. If we don't have a will in place, Lord forbid anything happen to you, your wife, or just even you individually if you're not married, because the state will jump into the middle of your affairs and through probate take 50% of your assets. So comprehensive will, durable power of attorney, living will, and medical directive. And every year your requests make the necessary updates. Access to online legal forms. So if I were to wrap it up right now, tell me how you might respond. If I were to basically say, ladies and gentlemen, based on what I just shared, number one, unlimited phone consultation on an unlimited number of issues for the life of your membership. Number two, letters and phone calls on your behalf if you're treated unfairly in the morning. Okay, so again, you continue to see we just pour value upon value upon value on a membership that is affordable, needed, and certainly brings value. Identity theft, we talked about it. It happens every 3 seconds. Are you protected? The 5 common types. Again, 83% is actually those first 4 areas. We'll update this slide here, where only 13% is financial. Our Identity Theft Shield provides you and your spouse with detection and restoration. We have a safeguard for minors for $1 more a month. You can protect up to 8 dependents under 18 years of age. We'll provide a credit report, a detailed credit score and analysis, 24/7 monitoring, and again, what separates us from any other company is complete restoration. We have 2,200 licensed fraud investigators that will go to work on your behalf should you ever become a victim of identity theft. Now, why is this critical? This is what separates us from every other company out there. That's restoration and the legal component. Again, according to the Federal Trade Commission, should you become a victim of identity theft, you'll look at spending up to $600 trying to prove to the world you are who you say you are. Up to 15 40-hour work weeks in a quest to just try to clear your name. And you'll come out of pocket $1,500 to in excess of 5 figures just trying to take care of it. With us, we will reduce all your out-of-pocket expenses because we will assign you one of our licensed investigators who goes to work on your behalf until your identity is completely restored. We take care of all the fraud alert notifications. We do all the proactive searches of all the applicable local and national databases for criminal activity, federal watch list, Department of Motor Vehicles, any unknown addresses affiliated with your name. If you don't have our service, the company that is providing the monitoring will call you and say, good luck, you're on your own, see you later. So you can see below the value we deliver is second to none. And why do people want driver's license, social security, medical, character, and criminal? They just want to simply become and gain access to your information so they can get cell phones, use it for tickets, gain employment, use your benefits, obtain medical care, apply for loans, commit crimes, get prescriptions, go to the hospital, so all kinds of things. So basically anywhere from 52 cents a day to just less than $2 a day, depending on what kind of person wants to get. We've got it covered. Here's a whole host of member stories. A member saved $600 by not having to pay for a contractor's unsatisfactory work. A member was wrongfully charged in a hit-and-run accident. With the help of this service, the issue is completely resolved. There's all kinds of stories. 40 years and 20 million times we've protected our clients. Let us protect your rights, your freedom, and certainly your future. Okay? Here's our product packages. We can have it as a standalone product for $17 a month. We can have it as a standalone product with identity theft at $12.95 a month. The majority of folks want to bundle it in. When you bundle it in, you're going to see a savings across the board, $26.95, $35.95, to our premier packages of $36.95 to $45.95. Depending on the interests of who we might be serving, they have tremendous options available to them. What happens when we market a membership? This is one of my favorite slides. Number one, I get a chance to protect a family, a business owner, or an employee. Number two, we earn bonuses, incentives. We earn exclusive trips. We can qualify for a BMW program. Referrals. We always get referrals. I'll look right at a brand new member and say, hey, can you think of 5 people you know who'd like to have their teenage drivers protected? Can you think of 5 people you know who'd like to have a comprehensive will? Can you think of 5 people you know who might like to know they don't have to be a victim of identity theft? Referrals are amazing. What do? We make a difference, the ability to make a lot of money, and certainly carry you into some more information here. 5 divisions to build your career with. Again, we want to put you in the product division that is the best fit for you. We have consumer sales, small business sales, employee benefits, one of the most requested voluntary benefits in North America. We have a recruiting and training division. We have a new division where we can work with brokers and insurance agents, large brokers, small, medium, and large insurance agents, P&C folks. It doesn't matter. We can complement portfolios throughout North America, drive an additional revenue stream, and not deter or detract from a insurance broker or agent's core offerings. 3 ways to create unlimited income: personal sales, management income, residual income. Just an example on personal sales, we'll take our $35.95 plan that includes the legal and identity theft, and in the very beginning of our training phase, every time you protect a family for $35.95, we direct deposit in your account $69. It's just a training phase. You go out and protect 5 families. Your commission's now advanced to $103 every time you market that membership for $35.95. The simplest thing to really understand here is at each level we just do the same thing. We just make more money as we advance in the plan. It's a very simple comp plan to advance in. It's all based on performance and production. But you can see $138 at our next level 3. Level 4, $172. Level 5, $207. Just play with the numbers below. 5 sales a week is $1,000 a week in part-time income. 10 sales a week, $2,070, and you're moving more toward some full-time income. This is just off of your personal effort. All right, in our top position, level 6, $252 every time you spend about 15 minutes educating and sharing with whatever it might be, family, employee benefits, business owners, or whoever. Anytime you spend that 15 minutes, market the service, you're going to earn $69 to $252. Consumer commissions. If you help protect 10 families a week with their identity theft and legal service, your earnings would be about $8,000 a month. Employee benefit commissions. If you presented to only 50 employees a week and had a 50% enrollment in our identity theft and legal plan, you're looking at about $9,000 a month in commissions. Understand, folks, this is the most requested voluntary benefit in North America on behalf of employers for employees, and it's a very win-win relationship. An employer can deliver this at no cost to their company and see an immediate impact on their bottom line. Why? Well, if it's thieves and professionals that are wreaking havoc on an employee's life, let our professionals clean it up for them. So they're going to see more productivity from their employees, and they're going to see decreased absenteeism from those employees. So win-win relationship across the board. Small business commissions. If you sold 5 small business owners our consulting identity theft legal combo plan a week, $13,000 a month in income. Management income. If you like the idea of helping us on the recruiting and training side, I already mentioned we have less than 3% market penetration. We have 1.4 million satisfied customers, 35,000 companies from 5 to 15,000 employees utilizing the service, and 50,000 small business owners. So you can see well less than 3% market penetration, and it's a product people want, people need, and people can afford. So 20 presentations a month. If all you did was sell 10 a month with a 50% close rate, coach 5 new reps to do the exact same thing, your personal income will be $2,500. Your management overrides would be $1,500 per each 5 reps. So that right there would be $10,000 a month in income through a concept I like to call working a little smarter instead of harder. Residual income. Remember, you own your book of business for the life of the customer, not the life of the job. For about every 1,000 sales you personally make, you're looking at $20,000 in income. 2,040, 3,000, 60,000, 4,080, 5,000 sales, 100,000. Your residuals are going to be paid not only on what you market, but also, should you choose to develop a team, on what the team markets. So the ability to get into residual income is obviously very, very, very healthy. Perks. Our commissions are paid daily. We believe cash flow is king. We just returned from Cancun, where we took about 1,200 of our associates to an all-expense-paid, all-inclusive resort in Cancun, the Beach Palace. Last year it was Hawaii. In 2014 it's going to be Jamaica. Approximately every other day, an individual is being awarded a BMW, and then the opportunity for management overrides. The travel incentives, the BMW program, is this simple. If you'll go out and protect 5 families a week, you'll go out and protect 5 families a month, not only do you get paid off of that activity, but you also, 12 months later, qualify for trips, all expenses paid, all inclusive, and the ability to qualify for a BMW. All right. Our training, we have a fast start training where we help people learn the presentation, the sales process, and how to reach the higher pay levels, win trips, bonuses, and earn the BMW. We have a personal daily achievement coaching program where we work very closely through that PDA, that personal daily achievement program. So advanced training weekly. Again, as I mentioned, we're good at what we do. Our interest is taking your strengths, your dreams, your desires, your goals, your aspirations, and complementing that with the resources and tools that take you in a direction that makes sense for you. I'll tell you what you can expect from us: 100% support from the entire Leadership Training Center team, hands-on training. There's no sales experience necessary. Certainly on the B2B side, sales experience is an asset, but you don't have to have it, and sometimes it's better to not have it because of all the excess baggage that you bring into a very simple program. A fulfilling career that will pay you for a lifetime, the ability to make a difference and earn what you feel you're worth, and 100% commitment and honesty. What can we expect from you? Positive and coachable attitude, teachable, character, integrity, good work ethic, attendance at meetings and trainings, commitment to the coaching model. Why? Well, because it works. 100% commitment and honesty. And in some states you may have to get a license. In Tennessee there's a license for $50, and it's It's not required by us. It's required by the state, the Department of Commerce and Insurance, but that's not in all states, and it's very simple to get. There's no tests or anything like that. Typically just apply for your license online. Primary expectations: prospecting, presentations, daily, commitment to training, superior customer service, productive and profitable. Minimum requirements a month for full-time and part-time reps, 20 presentations, 5 a week, 5 sales. Very, very light in my eyes. So timing is to business what location is to real estate. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could have pioneered the life, auto, or health industries, where would you be today? That's what we're doing. We have pioneered the legal and identity theft industry. We have less than 3% market penetration, just shy of $500 million in annual sales in both Kroll Advisory Solutions and Legal Shield. And so you can see that someday in the near future, this will be a standard household service. People want it, people need it, people can afford it. They just don't know that we exist. Thus, we're having a call like this, and thus the opportunity to talk to you about taking back financial control of your future. Your window of opportunity, well, it's exactly that. It's yours. What will you do with it? The time is now. Most companies recruit you to work for them. Please make a note of this. We recruit you to work for yourself. Big, big, big difference. If you love to present and you're good at it, if you pride yourself on building relationships and are good at communicating, if you desire a flexible schedule with unlimited earnings potential, you're determined and willing to do whatever it takes to succeed, then 3 very simple responses as we wrap this up. Yes, I believe in the service and career and want to be a part of the team. Number 2, yes, I believe in the service, but the career may not be a fit for me. Or no, the service and career are not a fit for me, but I know someone who would be great. Please get back with the person that invited you. Success that you'll allow yourself. Again, have a blessed day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.